Hi, this short video is on canned responses. Canned responses are those things that you can type up parts of or an entire email ahead of time so that you don't have to type them every single time that you compose an email. There's really two ways I envision canned responses being used. One of which is if there's something you add every single time you email out to a parent. For instance, on the end of your email after you have the thing that you're emailing them about, you might say, hey, our website address is here, our newsletter is posted here, my contact information is this, our spelling list is here. Um, Instead of typing that every time, you can just type it once, save it as a canned response, and just insert it in the bottom of emails that you already type. The other thing that a canned response is used for, and the way that we're going to show you here in a second, is that if an email comes in from a specific person or meets some search criteria, that it automatically gets a message sent back to them. And in this case, I'm going to go ahead and make a canned response. I'm going to hit compose. And this canned response is going to be in case somebody sends something to my old first class account and I want them to know that they need to send it to a new account. I'm not going to type it all in front of you. I'm just going to go ahead and put it in there right now. So I'm going to say, please update my contact information. Okay, so this is going to be the subject of this canned response if they get the whole email, and it's going to say my email at brianpoole@nationaltrail.k12.ohus will no longer be available as June. Please update my contact information to my current email of bpoole@nationaltrail.us. Thanks, Brian Poole. Okay, so that's the email. That's a canned response, and the way we make it a canned response is I just go down here to the bottom where it says More Options. I click on it, and I say Canned Responses, and I say New Canned Response, and I'm going to call it First Class Change. Okay. Now, if I want to ever edit that or change it, if I decide, thanks for your help, if I wanted to change it to that, for instance, or make any kind of edit to one that you've got, all you do is go down here again, canned responses. Now you see first class. This is to now insert it. This is to now save it or update it. And this is to delete it. Or, again, I can make a new canned response if I want to. So if I wanted to update it, I just hit save right there, and it says, hey, do you want to overwrite your current one with this new one? I'm going to say no because I'm going to leave it the way it was. So I've made a canned response. So when someone sends me an email now, if I want to just end that, like let's say Mr. Collins here sent this, and I want to reply to him, I can just go right here and hit canned response, insert, and that email response gets put in there to there. I'm not doing that, but I could. But this is where I was saying that you could have it automatically have your information that you want all the parents to know about every single time you correspond with them. You don't have to type it up. Just type it up once and insert the canned response and name it whatever you want to. Now in this case, I'm going to make a filter so that every single time someone sends something to my old first class account, they get that message. So I'm going to go ahead and put my first class address up here in the search bar and look for somebody who sent something to my old first class account, and I will go ahead and just pick this one right here because this one came into my first class account and then got forwarded up to my Gmail account, which is what's happening with all mine right now. So I'm going to pick any email that came in that way, and I'm going to go ahead and say more and filter messages like this. Now really, I'm not filtering ones that are from that guy. I'm filtering ones that are actually to my first class account. So I'm going to type that in there and say anything that's to my first class account, I want to do this to. Okay, so the filter is anything that's to first class, create filter on the search. And then what I want to do is do a canned response. Send canned response, choose the response, first class change. So now every single time I get a message that also went to first class, that consequently got forwarded here, it's going to send this email back to them saying, hey, this is not my email anymore. I won't have access to it as of June, so they know that. Um, if you click this, also apply filter to matching conversations, then every single one in your Gmail inbox will also send out one, and I am not going to do that. I just wanted to send out to new ones that happen after I start this. So I'm going to go ahead and say create filter. And now every single time someone sends me something to my first class, it's going to send them back that email and say, hey, can you update this? Because I won't have access in a couple of months. So that's what a canned response is. Two ways to use it, either to add to an email stuff that you say all the time, or to have it automatically respond to an email with something you want it to say. And it doesn't have to be something like that. It can really be any kind of response that you want to have it go back. And that's what a canned response is.